3 points of damage and pass out.
Oh, shit. Alright. Oh, the group of folks ends up making it to the basement. We'll end up moving the, basically treat the main floor as the basement for this. Although I could crowd everyone to the... Yeah, let's crowd everyone to the cram quarters of the basement. Yeah. A small representation of the basement. Let's see here. Lance and Crash, and Jax are down here. Crash is some distance away from the rest of the group. As you folks turn the corner, and I'll end up describing this for Potman, when Eugene arrives at the entrance to the horticulture labs, he finds a grotesque sight, and one that I will actually zoom in for you now. A revolting pile of meat and bones, once human in nature, but with the skin layers peeled off, and most of the organs removed.
What?
You mean that wasn't there?
It's, the body location, as Jackson described, it's pretty much, it's right in front of the horticulture lab entrance. It's like, you know, the light from it is shining down on it and casting it in glow. Some folks in particular, Crash is like some distance away still, he's like trying to catch his breath. Zane fucking panics, he freaks out and goes, "Oh my god, what is that?"
As Zane's prone to do.
That's a corpse.
Riggs just like grabs Zane by the scruff and just like drags Zane away. I ain't dealing with this. Riggs. No.
Potman starts frightenedly looking around and asking, what do we think did this?
Did your
Desiccation?
arm...
Jax says...
And who is...
Jack starts to speak, and then he looks over at Grace and says, "Ah, you must be the new one."
Hi, big guy.
Jax looks down. This is Fort Drake, a abandoned military fort that we have customized to our own specifications.
Is skinless corpse part of your customization?
Jax
Are we
looks
missing
down at the
anyone?
body. Not quite. And no, already did a radio check. Everyone replied. Except for Trusty Tony. I assume he's alright.
This doesn't look big enough to be Trusty Tony.
Hey. I'm not getting the machismo from it.
Len says, "Look, the clothes are still here and intact," and he actually reaches down, and there is this, and pretty much with like a not like a 10-foot pole, but like something to the extent he fishes off something metallic and like lifts it into the air where it can be cast over to the light. Squinting at it, both Potman and Grace can see that they are dog tags.
Do you think this is our sniper?
He did not have any weapons on him that we saw. Lance like pulls the pole closer and like squints at it. The name reads Thomas Clady, USMC.
That's the sniper guy from way back when, isn't it?
Yeah, that was the name of the sniper that you met in Summer Meadow, yes. Who was on top of the silo before you were captured.
Potman looks like he's just been slapped. Mouth goes wide, eyes go wider. All the color drains from his face.
Jax looks over at Eugene and says, "Friend of yours?"
He got captured with us.
Did he?
I barely knew him.
Captured with you like Summer Meadow?
Yeah.
Which means that he would have been taken to the same facility that you were taken to.
Yeah. He didn't escape with us.
Facility?
With Dr. Knight.
Yeah. Yeah. Fuck. He could be the sniper. He was a marksman. Military.
Lance crinkles his nose and says, "No, I think he's been down here for a few days."
Really?
Lance nods.
Well.
Although I'm no medical expert, Lance looks over at Missy, who, like, waves, like, off. He just starts, like, backpedaling away. Missy says, "I was not trained to deal with that."
Shit.
I don't think anyone's trained for that.
You think he might have been on the same helicopter? We don't know how many people came.
Lance says, "It stands to reason. Although any individual could easily sneak into this facility, given its innumerable entrances. Which still have not yet been sealed. If anyone is willing to be patient enough to try to sift through here, or already has a map."
Potman lost a fair bit of flesh when he got slapped by desiccation, yeah?
Yeah.
Did it look like that?
Well,
Where he had it happen?
It's difficult to say. Like, stuff, like, peeled off of your body, like skin and blood, and even a bit of muscle, but you didn't have but Eugene didn't have all of his body's skin consumed and the organs gutted out. But, you know, who can say what desiccation could do? It stands possibility.
Just like guesswork-wise, using what limited knowledge Potman has, does that look like the sort of thing that slappy thing could do?
Possibly, yes. And Potman is pretty much the only one here who saw that up close and personal, at least in the basement.
Alright, well, Potman will straight up say, when desiccation, the thing with the flying arm hits you, it pulls skin and stuff right off of you.
You hear, like, crying out from, like, the hallway for the bag, saying, like, "What? No!" And Rick's like, "Look, no, you're coming here." Like, I don't want to be here.
You're supposed to be out of earshot.
This could easily be that, and I don't know, when it did that, it seemed like it was adding flesh to itself. If it did that, it might be more than just an arm now.
There is a mixture of great unsettlement, fear, and, like, pained looks on almost all the NPCs. Even Jax looks unsettled.
Well, yeah, Potman looks like he's...
Yeah. And Alfonso says, "Yeah, that sounds about like what my brother could do. There were moments where he demonstrated his newfound powers and replaced himself by consuming others."
So I think it might be fair to assume we've got a lot more than just an arm flying around down here now.
It ate the organs instead of the whole body.
I don't know.
What's left is basically like a disgusting sack of, like, muscle and bone. And a few organs, not any that Grace would, like, immediately recognize, just, like, some minor bits of humanity. You know, there's nothing to even remotely tell who this person might have been, except for those dog tags.
Potman will actually turn to Grace and say, "Now, I'm not trying to chase you away, but the getting might be good."
Not to sound kind of like an asshole, but if there's more targets for this thing, I'm probably safer here. Especially after it finishes this and then it goes out.
Fuck.
Jax will activate his radio and say, "Tony, Fletch, Sam, you might be interested in hearing what I..." And then he stops and looks over at Eugene and says, "Eugene, why don't you tell them?"
Kat actually knew him. Fucking hell. Okay, everyone. What was his name? Creedy?
Clady.
Clady.
Thomas Clading.
Okay. We just found the corpse of, I believe, Thomas Clady down here in the basement. Skinned, gutted. It looks like desiccation got him. They left him in front of the horticulture lab, which I think has to be intentional. It's trying to scare us. And I'm really fucking scared.
Lan says, it's possible that it might not have been left here intentionally. This Clady fellow, he pokes the mess of bone and muscle with a boot. He might have been down here, perhaps looking for something. This,
yeah,
maybe.
But it's a pretty uncanny place for the body to be left.
Lan says, perhaps this hover arm or whatever the fuck was waiting in the labs for, say, you. And this Clady came up, the arm attacked. After all, you've regularly come down here to study things, and it's only been recently that you stopped.
That makes Potman's eyes get even wider.
Perhaps not specifically you, but if it has observed patterns, then it would know that you have isolated yourself down here for long periods of time.
So you're telling me this hover arm is sentient enough to understand how to hunt? Great.
Oh yeah, it could talk.
Alfonso says, originally the creatures, think of one of the deathless that walk around. Only instead of being mindless or incapable of reason, just eating and converting others, it has all of the intelligence and fury of a human. It came here, and almost perished, incinerated, except for an arm. And from what I hear, its remnant still lurks within this basement.
Well, that's certainly a thing.
You, miss, might not have gotten the vast of this place, but Alfonso, looks around left and right, when the light stops and the darkness hits. It does seem like it is quite a metropolis down here of tunnels and rooms and corridors.
I don't know, in the time it took to get down here, yeah, I get it's pretty goddamn big.
You remember walking through the base up top?
Let me guess.
The tunnels stretch out. The tunnels stretch out even further than that.
Great. Great. So you've got a floating murder arm, possibly more, just hanging out down here.
That's at least as clever as a human, yeah.
Jack says, on the bright side, whatever people unloaded off that helicopter and might have come down here, their plans might be in disarray. There might even be more bodies like this one. We can't assume this is the only one that has been eaten.
If what, Eugene Potman, whatever. If what he said is true about them, why not Potman? Suit guy, you call him Death. If your floating arm there gets more of itself by killing people, don't we not want them down here?
Yep.
Alfonso says, that is correct. However, before your arrival, it seems that it was revealed there were others who are not affiliated with us who had landed on the base. A former military installation, you understand. Remnants of the fractured government might be interested in what lays here.
What exactly does lay here, other than points at the corpse? That.
A lot of spooky stuff.
Jax will speak up and say, more than can be explained in one night.
You'll have to...
But something that can be explained right now. Through that door, right in there, There is a hydroponics lab. Trying to get it working before we starve to death.
I see.
Not the most conveniently located, but it has its perks.
That reminds me. Did the womanizer, did he tell you that we picked up seeds?
Seeds?
Seeds. Yeah, when we were at the hardware place where I was.
No one mentioned that. What'd you get?
Oh, they got a lot of seeds. Basically, they put everything in the damn car.
A says we just kind of swept all of the boxes and their packs into the shopping cart.
Okay, well, I'd really like to get anywhere but here. So, how about
It's not
someone
talk-
comes and helps me look through all those? I really don't feel safe alone right now.
Everyone seems to be willing to not stay in the basement any longer.
We should probably crush that thing's head. If there's much left of it.
Yeah.
Jack says, I don't think that's a problem. Doesn't look like it has a brain left.
Probably should
better
anyway.
safe than sorry.
It's easily done under the heel of Jax's boot. And everyone evacuates the basement.
Yeah.
NPC. And NPCs go about doing their thing. Lance and Alfonso will head to the roof. Zane ends up sobbing in bed.
Isn't that what he does most nights?
Every night.
Only when he's not walking around and on duty sobbing.
I thought it was
On
Winfrey.
duty sobbing.
Yes, sir.
Alright.
Alright, so Potman's gonna look through the seeds and other stuff that they got at the hardware store.
Looks like they got a variety of herbs, flowers. Looks like there's a few other food things. Some beans, strawberries, some other possible crops. Potman's not exactly sure what would be the most suitable or best fitting for a situation. You know, there's no information to come along with them, just like seed packs.
Right.
And by and large, they are flowers and like herbs, like, you know, cooking herbs, stuff like that.
Yeah.
You get to see this
Lettuce?
watermelons?
There's definitely lettuce, but as Potman's aware, there's quite a lot of lettuce seeds already down there in the basement.
Hey, just...
Yep.
These are the two.
There are definitely
That's
lettuce
the
options, you know. get
That's
some-
definitely what
yeah,
the stuff downstairs was designed to grow.
Yeah. Basil, some thyme, you got some turnips, a few potatoes.
Alright. Well, Potman's going to go find a place to store those.
Okay.
Somewhere cool and dry.
Like the basement. Horticulture labs, specially designed to hold those seeds.
It's true.
Yeah, he's not going back down there right now. What are you
Down
talking
there's
about?
bad.
Alright.
Phrasing it like it's even an option. What the hell?
You know, Potman's in a condition right now. Who can say, right?
Not a chance in hell. Jesus.
Radio crackles and Jack speaks up. Eugene, why don't you go look after the new girl for the rest of the night? Perhaps show her a place where she can sleep. Riggs is like, she can sleep nowhere as far as I care. Jack continues. Food, possibilities, stuff like that. If the others thought that she'd be of use when they brought her back, then I'm willing to extend that. Riggs said, she'll kill us all! Don't listen to him. He's a little uppity right now.
I like him.
Oh,
I'm
starts
babysitting Zane. How the fuck do you think I feel? You hear Zane sobbing on the radio. It's gonna eat me!
When the guys return to the roof, I'll just make a comment about like how shit keeps getting better.
Lance will end up saying a similar thing when he looks at Fletch. Holy fuck, dude, you look like shit.
I feel much worse.
And say, well, It's a good thing that I got the right stuff for you. And, Lance will actually go, dig it a bit, like, into, like, a quiet corner of the roof where, like, those photovoltaic arrays are, and says, "Ah, good, the solar still managed to get a little something for me."
What?
Yeah, Lance will explain that he has installed a solar still up here on the roof that runs on the power of the sun to brew his alcohol.
Are you fucking kidding me?
He's using food stuff in there?
Why has this been kept a secret? This is awesome.
Lance holds up a finger to his lips. Shh. What do you think Alfonso and I do out here at night?
I thought you were watching.
We do that too.
What the fuck, man?
Look, it gets boring up here, alright? Shut up and have a fucking drink.
Oh, I never said he wasn't drinking. He's more laughing at it than anything.
Alfonso's got his cigarette lit up and says, "Yep, Night Watch is pretty fucking awesome."
Because I am in no condition to really care or complain about anything at the moment.
Lance says, "Yeah, I told you I could do a little bit of brewing, so..."
Fuck, man, we can't see anything anyway, so we may as well get drunk.
Exactly. It's not like we want to have the lights on, because some assholes are like that. It's a beacon to the rest of humanity and the zombies, too, so...
Oh, you mean Riggs?
Yes, that asshole. Especially don't tell him. I'd have to throw him off the roof.
Unfortunately, he's a bit too useful for that.
Is he?
For now.
Alright.
It's like, okay, so you have an idea then. Let's throw him off the roof.
All we gotta do is keep bringing back survivors. Eventually we'll get
I thought you were
somebody
just joking at first, but if we're really going to do this...
With enough migration waves, you'll get the skills you need.
Yes. That's just... But yeah, it's just a secret, you know... Can't want to let the others in on it. And Lance gives a pointed look over to Samantha, who doesn't really much care. She's actually looking after Fletch. And Samantha doesn't appear to be concerned about the concept of the solar still up here on the roof.
Yeah, I'll just say, my lips are sealed.
Good. Yep. This is the awesomeness of Night Watch, and Lance, leans back in his chair and looks up at the stars. Laying here, thinking about how life used to be.
Getting drunk.
Yeah.
How have we never noticed you guys are, hammered when you come back in?
Because we go to bed immediately after. Alfonso nods and says,
Jesus, you actually planned this out.
Alfonso says, "Yep, we just sleep during the day and then take over Night Watch to ensure the safety of everyone else."
The irony is not lost on me.
Lance says, "Of course, we really couldn't have high-powered lights up here and still have me, but I can see acutely in the dark no matter the distance." And Alfonso says, "Yep, you're fucking wasted."
You've been up here 20 minutes.
Well, if you keep drinking enough nights, it just stays in your blood, right?
Man, you don't want to know what proof this is.
Man, my alcohol blood level's getting above 0.1.
And it's pretty eye-watering. Whatever it is, it's not brewed for its taste.
It's not
moonshine.
Granny's hooch.
You mean blind?
Hooch brand hooch.
Hooch
Well,
brand
definitely-
hooch.
Definitely partake of this to dull the pain a bit. And
Yeah, it definitely does dull the pain and improve
bullshit with them a bit until it's time for bed and then go crash.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be my night.
Yep, Samantha will follow after. So will the kitten.
Perpetually
kitten want a
rubbing
little
its
taste?
legs.
Mm-hmm. Almost like it's trying to trip you when you walk down the stairs.
That's all they do.
Oh man.
Alright, so Potman's going to be giving the guided tour floor by floor.
With his
And there's
own
where all the
commentary.
military people stay. And
Tony's
this is
room.
my fucking maze.
Yep.
It smells of weed.
This is where dying people... Yeah, it smells like weed. Thanks. This is where dying people live.
Evil laboratory.
This is where Fletch does his Fletchery, and so on and so forth.
When
That's
we come to
Tony's
the
room over
floor
there.
that Briggs spends most of his time on, she'll get interested and kind of look at the machines for a second.
Mhm.
Riggs
And then she'll
chases
touch
her out
things
with a
with her
knife.
grubby little non-Riggs fingers.
Oh, shit.
You're getting your filth on everything.
Starscream.
That's so.
It's either iconic voices or voices that blend in together so that you can't recognize which NPC is talking.
You need to hire like 15 voice actors to sit in and talk for you.
Yeah. That won't.
Or like 3 really good voice actors that each have 5 voices.
By the power
So-
of Grayskull, no.
So we want to get Stephen J. Blum so he can be Stephen J. Blum. Something.
You go straight to Spike Spiegel, huh?
Yeah, he does one voice.
Alright.
Let's get like John DiMaggio. He can do a lot of voices.
Anything else you characters want to do for the night?
And just Tony stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I know what Trusty Tony's doing, and he's going to be doing that all the way through tomorrow as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the others who aren't Occupado.
Figure out where to sleep, because don't want to sleep anywhere near Riggs or Eugene.
You can sleep in Tony's room.
You can sleep
not
on
gonna
the
be
5th
busy.
floor.
Oh.
Tony's Tony's busy.
You're going to drive that car off a ledge, aren't you? Not car, that bed off a ledge, aren't you?
Shut up.
Only if there's a
if it had
bear in
wheels and
front
an
of it.
engine.
Just
But now that I've mentioned
It's a
that,
sweet car bed.
Carbon.
it drives while I sleep.
That's a dumb idea, right?
Probably sleep in the medical area then.
With Cat and Misty.
Same room, sure.
Well, I imagine Misty's only there while she's
Misty's
helping.
only there while she's helping. She actually goes up to the 7th floor.
No, she's up in the penthouse.
Mm-hmm. She's up in the penthouse.
Pretentious
Can Potman
bitch.
actually roll Science's biochem to see if he can figure out anything they have on base that might be used as a hallucinogen?
He's gonna start
And you know what I think
freebasing.
is
Anything that probably won't lead to permanent damage, basically.
You smell the acetone.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
I don't know. I guess I would ask you as a person, Aaron. What could they have on base that could serve as a hallucinogen? I have no
Man, I don't
experience in this
fucking
field. Yeah.
No.
Well, in
They
that
took
case,
the light bulbs. I mean,
I mean,
Yeah, there's stuff.
yeah,
We have light bulbs now.
A
maybe,
sufficiently knowledgeable person can find drugs basically anywhere they look.
Sure. You can find. You can do a roll for me. There's no penalty except for your -1.
Okay.
That basic success. Eugene thinks he could find substances of questionable nature that he could perhaps blend together to serve as hallucinogen.
especially with some of the general maintenance stuff we just brought back.
Exactly.
Yeah. You know,
Cleaning products and
yeah.
paint and
I think a Constitution plus Sciences biochem would be suitable for that.
Just drain all of the ready whip canisters.
Oh, now you're
okay,
just
yeah, I can roll that.
Look. Eventually, Trusty Tony's gonna go to sleep unless you want to start taking sleep penalties, Jordan.
Trusty Tony needs his beauty sleep.
Oh,
Well, Aaron is going to be awake. Okay. Let me try to think of how this is gonna work here.
Is there toxin rules in the main core book?
There are.
Yeah,
That is what I was going to go for.
and he just failed a constitution against it.
I thought Constitution plus Sciences biochem would be serviceable.
I think it's actually even harder than that. But
Yeah.
yeah.
But at least for like the idea of it. Let me go ahead and find a
Chemical.
toxins thing.
That's power.
Yeah.
You know, I'm looking at one of the living right now. I'm dumb.
Potman is aware of the fact that he feels like he's falling apart at the seams. So he's going to try to go on a spirit journey to try to resolve whatever's wrong with him.
You know, I don't know why
106
anybody. I don't know why anybody would ever say that Eugene wasn't reasonable.
Game turn poisons.
I mean, if we had a person with psychiatric skills on hand, maybe he'd go to them.
Alright.
I'm pretty sure anybody's random, like, old wives' tale advice would be better than what he is pursuing.
Nope, he's going all the way back into shamanism.
Alright.
The apocalypse has come, and Potman is going tribal.
Okay.
So he's going full ranger.
We go ahead and take a look. Alright. I don't
Full raider.
said they use a simple... Okay. Simple strength test versus
So
a
when
simple...
you guys
okay.
find him bleeding out of his mouth and eyes in the morning,
Out of his everything.
out of his everything,
We're going to
sweating blood.
Okay, I want you to make a roll secret simple constitution test for me, Aaron.
If he's going full raider, why is he worried about us bringing people back? That's more food, not less.
you make it.
Roll this versus, we won't say, no, there should definitely be. Alright, Potman's trip, he thinks he has the ingredients. He attempts to do something in the middle of the morning. He utilizes such things, you know, among all the hardware stuff you got back, some of the stuff, you brought back some weed killer, especially since it was mentioned that, Fletch wanted to try to take care of all of the tall grass that was around here, because basically this base has been growing rampant. You're like, alright, yeah, I can make some stuff work with that. Like some insecticide type thing, and it becomes quick to Eugene's attention that something has gone wrong. And go ahead and give me another intelligence plus sciences biochem roll.
Alright, still with the -1?
Yeah, still if you're minus
Or
one.
even more of a penalty, maybe.
No, just a -1. We're to say that you're right here in the moment of the situation. Okay, in that case, Eugene is not exactly sure what the hell happened, only that he feels incredibly bad. So much so that you go ahead and take 3 points of damage for me. 3 points of life points. 3 life points gone.
Okay.
We're gonna say it's 2 in the morning by this point. You're in your boudoir, and Eugene has finished mixing together his concoctions to hallucinogenize himself, and he is not feeling it. Instead, he has lost life. There's something very wrong in his guts.
Oh man, bad trip.
Bad trip.
Okay, well, he's going to try and find somewhere to induce vomiting and then stumble on up to the med lab to collapse.
Okay. Eugene can certainly induce vomiting. You're going to go ahead and take some time with that as well. This will be 3 more life points lost. And let's go ahead and get a simple constitution test from you. You can roll that out in the open.
Roll secret still?
No, you can roll that out in the open.
Okay.
Okay. Alright. You won't take any more damage from it. Basically, you continue to hurl and hurl until you have nothing but dry heaves left.
Alright.
I would end up saying. So yeah, that's the 6 life points lost. And that will be all. Go ahead and go to the med lab and collapse. So, Potman's gonna sleep?
After that, I don't think he's in much of a mood to, or I doubt he's very capable of doing much else.
Okay. Potman will go to sleep then.
I mean, that's...
Yeah, it is pretty rough and pretty taxing.
I imagine he lost endurance points during that process.
I was going to have you roll for endurance point loss, but if you're going to go to sleep, that won't be a problem.
Yeah.